Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going through the top teams you can run for the Thalassa Dream On boss this week. There are some new team formations, however you can also try the teams which we shared in the video last week because those may still be the best option for some people. However, these are going to be basically the updated teams. So the first thing I want to show you is Frosty's team without Rainier. Now this is not going to be able to clear hard difficulty, but it will get close to it. For my resonating level, I probably am going to clear, but generally people are not going to clear. But basically, this is a No-Reinier team that Frosty has come up with. Blue Twin on the right, Pink Twin on the left. You have Bonnie and Schmear on the Stellar Bond. Valara behind the Pink Twin and Ravio in the upper right corner with the Blood Moon spell. So here we have it. I will go ahead and just show you a run of this. We might clear it because our resonating level and like upgrades are really high, but generally this is not going to be you're not probably going to clear, but you're going to get a very high score with this team, and it's basically the best No-Rainier team that has been found so far. The other team options and the other team for hard difficulty, which I will show you, is going to be a team which is a No-Ravion team. So you can look forward to that one as well. Okay, so 55 seconds left. We're up to 9.6 billion damage. Even though it looks like we're on track to easily get the clear, the damage is going to slow down when you get to the higher percentages here. But like I said, because our upgrades are pretty high, I think we probably are going to do it or just barely do it. Let's see, as long as we can survive. So you're going to see the common heroes, which are the best for Thalassa. Shamira as a damage dealer, Twins as a support, Bonnie is not really the best, but she's like in this free-to-play comp without Rainier, and then Valara and then Ravion are really important. Ravion for the attack buff and Valara for the stats buff effect. So we do clear hard difficulty, but realistically most people will not be clearing today. But you can try to get your maximum score on hard with this team, and you can also run it, just have charms on everyone. That's really important. All of these heroes' charms are priority. Bonnie isn't the highest of priority, but if you can, because it was Marksman Day today, you can go for it. Okay, let's go ahead and give this team a skip run on epic difficulty now that we've made it here. And let's take a look at what is going to look like. Not bad, 30.3 billion damage, but definitely this is not one of the top performing scores of today. So now we're going to move on to some of the other teams that we have. So the other team for hard difficulty that can be tried is Woodyat's team. Now he's using the Star Bless spell, but honestly in all of these teams you can also try it with the Blood Moon spell, because Blood Moon generally is the best for this Thalassa boss, or you could even try Divine Favor for some boosted energy to like the heroes in the back, like the Twins and Valara. You can try them. However, if you have Star Bless, then this is basically the team with Woodyat used to clear hard difficulty with the lower level upgrades and No-Ravion. So it has Blue Turn on the right, Pink Turn on the left. It has Damon and Schmear on the Stellar Bond, Rainier in front of Schmear, and then Valara in the back right corner. I'm just going to go ahead and give it a run on epic difficulty. It isn't a team made for epic because there can be survival issues. We do get a new record though. Almost 33 billion damage with this team. Okay, but the team that Woodyat designed for epic difficulty for the majority of players is going to be using Coco. A lot of people are using Coco today, and here we have it. Because the damage reduction is going to help your team survive for longer, and that can be very helpful when your levels are lower or your upgrades are lower. So Blue Turn on the right and Pink Turn on the left, you have Shamira and Damon on the Stellar Bond. Damon buffing up Shamira and Rainier in front of Shamira, and Coco behind the Blue Twin. And actually the Divine Favor isn't even going off onto Shamira here, which is really weird, right? But the thing is giving that boosted energy recovery to Coco and Twins to begin cycling ultimates quicker. And Rainier charms are going to be important today because you're seeing in multiple teams that Rainier is actually being used in front of the hero and in front of Shamira. So like the buffs that he gives to Shamira are going to be game changing for this boss. So let's go ahead and try this with the Divine Favor artifact. That's gonna be 32.2 billion, but basically this is the team comp to be running for the epic difficulty. There's just one other thing I wanted to try. When I saw this team, the first thing I thought was, can't we just move everyone onto the other side and just have Shamira and Coco getting Divine Favor rather than, Shamira and Twins getting Divine Favor rather than Coco? Oh, but then the Damon won't be buffing. Okay, well, we could just move Coco onto that side, right? Couldn't we just do it like this? I just want to give this team a try. I don't know. This is something you could try because then at least the Divine Favor is going off on Shamira, but I don't know even if that is going to be better. Okay, for me it was slightly better, but I don't know. It will come down to your upgrades. Maybe you need the Divine Favor onto Coco for energy boosting or something. Otherwise, you can go for a comp like that. Okay, so we have gone through quite a few of the good teams here. Now what we want to show you is the Frosty other team. So we have now for both can be used in epic and hard, but really the hard difficulty. Well, actually, I want to show that one last. I'm going to show you the epic difficulty team, this Frosty safe team, because this has Coco. Basically, when you see Coco, generally that means it's an epic difficulty team because you need Coco for that protection, that survival. On hard difficulty, you just need as much damage as possible, and so Coco just kind of is not going to be best for hard difficulty. But for epic, you have this, so you have Rainier in front of Chimera, Blue Twin on the right, Pink Twin on the left, you have Coco in front of Pink Twin, and then Valar in the back left corner with a Blood Moon spell. And you're noticing, you don't need Coco Charms. Coco Charms are not really doing anything for this comp, all the comps we've seen so far. So let's go ahead and take a skip run of this one. Okay, so consistently, this is going to be getting basically the second best scores of today. It's very consistent, it is a safe team, and it can get up to 35 billion damage as you see here, which is a very good score. Very good score, is consistent, and it is a good team that you can definitely run for the epic difficulty. Okay, now, the final team is going to be Frosty's new team, which is going to be the basically the people with the high resonating level, the high upgrades on the heroes. This is the new best team for them with the Blood Moon spell. So Blue Twin on the right, Pink Twin on the left, you have Chimera on the Stellar Bond, Rainier in front of Chimera, Ravion left of Rainier, and Valar in the back left corner with the Blood Moon spell. So this team, you want to have charms on every single hero here. It is going to be an RNG team as well. It can work even at it can work at like average level of upgrades. However, it's gonna really take off when you have high level upgrades. But even as you see there, is very, very RNG because your team needs to survive, and for it to survive without Coco is very risky. But eventually, if you keep running it, you are going to get a good score from it, but it's just incredibly RNG. But the thing is, a lot of the top teams today are very high on the RNG, and so they're gonna need multiple runs. So I don't even know if we're gonna hit anything here, because like, yeah, this is honestly, the RNG of this team is looking pretty depressing, to be completely honest. It's just, I think each time is just dying prematurely, and you don't have that many runs in Thalassa to actually experiment and to try and hit the top score. But there we go. Okay, so like, I mean, look at that, right? 50.2 billion, but like, if you didn't get lucky, you're just gonna end up with just 35 billion as your maximum score potential from the team. So that is basically the thing about this comp and Thalassa. Thalassa is very high on RNG. If you make it to epic difficulty, you can try this new Frosty team. Okay, there's another team which is doing well for people and is a bit more consistent. So this is going to be a good option if you don't want to run Frosty's team, which is honestly crazy on RNG. So this one seems a bit more stable, using the same heroes but in a different formation. So Ravion in the upper left corner, Rainier in front of the Blue Twin in the back, Pink Twin on the right, Valara behind the Pink Twin, Chimera on the Stellar Bond with the Blood Moon spell. Let's go ahead and take a look at this and see how the survival is going to be different for this team. So here I guess you have the Twins and Ravion taking the majority of the damage, and at least Rainier is safe from that beating in the early stages, and even Valara is safe. Yeah, looking at this, like, maybe the potential for a top score isn't as high, but this is looking really stable. Okay, Rainier still does take a big blow from the boss's attack right there, and these whirlwinds are still going to hit hard. But I just think overall this is going to be a more stable team, less likely to actually to die before Valara can get off her stat seal buff effect. And now it's just, you guys know how it's going to go from here. So let's go ahead and skip this and see what type of score we're going to get from this team. Not bad, 42.4 billion damage and very stable. So like, obviously Frosty's team is the jackpot team, and for some people you will eventually hit it. However, this team is very stable, and this is the team I would actually recommend for the majority of players, and hopefully it does well for you. So anyway guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully it's helpful. If there's any other team that worked for you, feel free to share that in the comment section down below. If you are thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. There's a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then everyone, peace out for now.